Hello, this is Joel Miller with Freedom Life Financial Group and Security National Life, again coming to you with a training tutorial. Today we're actually going to be talking about getting licensed. So hopefully by this point you've already completed the application process. And it's amazing how many people get caught up there. You know, and so we talk about, hey, when you're going on a new journey and you're starting and you really got to dig in, and you got to dig and really prepare, and people get hung up at the first pebble, the application process. So hopefully you have finished that. Now there are some who may try to go and do the licensing application first before they do the Security National Life application. You don't want to do that. That's going to create a paperwork nightmare, because Texas Department of Insurance is going to want to know who your sponsor is, and you don't have a sponsor. And so it's always good to first fill out the application that is sent to you by Security National Life, and then to fill out the application for licensing with the Texas Department of Insurance. That is what's going to give you the ability to then be a bona fide insurance agent, and being able to go out and speak to people about pre-need insurance plans. So what if I'm already licensed? What do I do? If I'm already licensed, well, you will receive your appointment application. You will complete that application to be appointed with Security National Life, and then you can move on to the next step. You do not have to then go in and get another license because you're already licensed. But if you're not licensed, then you need to go to the licensing process, and that begins by going to www.tdi.texas.gov. Now, I don't have all of the specific steps on this video, but you should, once you are coming in and you're beginning the process of application, we're going to send you detailed information on how to get your license. So we'll walk you through each step when you go on the Texas Department of Insurance website to negotiate through sometimes what can be seeming like a very challenging place to negotiate through. So we're going to make that process a little bit easier for you because we've already been there, we've gone through it, and obviously we want to make that easier for you. Now, right now, in the midst of the pandemic, and this is probably going to change, but because of what's going on with the pandemic, the cost for licensing is less. Generally, the cost to get licensed is $150. Now, that has nothing to do with us. So we don't get a part of that $150. Matter of fact, this is a company, an organization, a team, where we're not asking you to give us money to let you be a part of what we're doing. There's no fee to be a part of what we're doing. You come in and you just take this thing and you run with it. As a matter of fact, we're going to do a lot of things which we'll talk about, where we're investing in you. We're giving you free materials, leads, a whole host of things to show you that we value you significantly as a result of joining our team. And as it relates to the application process, I mean, it really it's not very difficult. And let me just say this: so the price point usually is $150. Right now, it's $50. So while the state is going through some challenges of closing offices and things of that nature, and everything's being done online, so now's a good time to get your license. Now, any license that is given initially is a temporary license, and then you can get your permanent license after a certain amount of time. But so it's instead of $150, it's $50. Normally you would have to go get your fingerprints along with the $150 fee, and they won't accept old fingerprints. If you got put in jail, they're not going to accept those. If you went to the police department for whatever reason, you got fingerprints for your passport, that make a difference. They're not going to accept that. There's certain places that you have to go to get the fingerprinting specifically for the Department of Insurance, but right now they're not doing fingerprinting. And I would also suggest to you that when you're going in and getting your license, and we're going to give you information about this, you want to get the pre-need funeral license. Now here's the advantage to you. The advantage to you is you don't have to do continuing education credit hours for this, meaning you don't have to pay for continuing education, you don't have to study for continuing education. I mean, so that, sometimes that can be a little bit of a bear, where you always have to constantly be paying money and taking classes and things of that nature, to keep your license up to date. With a pre-need funeral license, you do not have to do that. You will thank me by taking that particular license. Well, listen, that's all we have to talk about at this juncture concerning this, but I'm sure if you have questions, we're more than happy to answer those questions. Thank you. We appreciate you being with us.